One of Delhi's most exclusive institutions, the Delhi Gymkhana Club, has moved the Delhi High Court against the centre's order, directing it to vacate its iconic premises in Lutyens Delhi by the 5th of June. The centre says the land is needed for strengthening defence infrastructure and public security as well. But the club argues that the move will affect thousands of members, employees and ongoing cultural and sporting activities. The matter is now set to be heard urgently by the Delhi High Court on Tuesday. Nestled in the heart of Lutyens Delhi, the Delhi Gymkhana Club has for decades been synonymous with power, privilege and influence. A hub frequented by diplomats, senior bureaucrats, military officials and Delhi's elite. The club is now at the centre of this major legal and political battle. The centre, through the Land and Development Office under the Union Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry, has ordered the club to hand over its sprawling 27.3-acre premises. According to the government, the land is critically required for strengthening and securing defence infrastructure and other vital public security purposes. In response, the Delhi Gymkhana Club has written to the Land and Development Office seeking clarity on several issues, including whether an alternate plot would be allotted for relocations. The club says nearly 14,000 members and users could be affected. It has also highlighted the impact on over 500 employees and multiple sporting and cultural events hosted on the premises. The legal battle over Delhi Gymkhana Club is likely to raise larger questions over heritage institutions per se. Apart from government land ownership and national security priorities in the heart of the national capital. The Delhi Gymkhana Club is among the capital's oldest and most influential institutions, making this standoff one of the most closely watched property and policy disputes in recent times. Let's first listen to some of the reactions coming in.
14 साल की उम्र से जिमखाना क्लब में खेलने आती थी अमृतसर में। सो मेरी बहुत सारी मेमोरीज हैं इसमें और वो एक बड़ा ज़बरदस्त अच्छा स्पोर्ट्स कॉम्प्लेक्स है। वो सिर्फ क्लब ही नहीं है, सबको जोड़ता ही नहीं है, बहुत ज़बरदस्त सीनियर सिटीजन्स भी वहीं उन्हीं का घर भी है। सो मैं उस एंगल से करा था कि इसमें बहुत सारे लोगों की मेमोरीज भी हैं और एक बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग स्पोर्ट्स सेंटर भी है और जो टेनिस के लॉन्स हैं जिमखाना में वो एशिया के बेस्ट लॉन्स हैं। लॉन टेनिस में जिमखाना एक्चुअली आफ्टर कलकत्ता साउथ क्लब ये लॉन्स उससे भी बेटर थे। सो मैं 14 साल की उम्र से अमृतसर से आती थी खेलने। सो मेरी मेमोरीज 14 साल से जुड़ी हुई हैं जिमखाना क्लब से। इसलिए मुझे एक परेशानी हुई कि अब क्लब बंद हो जाएगी क्या। तो और उस 14 साल की उम्र में मैंने बहुत सारे टेनिस मैचेस वहाँ देखे, डेविस कप में मैचेस देखे, नेशनल चैंपियंस को विजय अमृतराज, रामानाथन कृष्णन, जयदीप मुखर्जी, प्रेमजीत लाल और सब प्लेयर्स आते थे। बड़ा ज़बरदस्त स्टैंड लगता था और नेशनल चैम्पियनशिप्स यहाँ होती थी। तो इसलिए मुझे वो बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग मेमोरीज हैं। और बाकी स्पोर्ट्स कॉम्प्लेक्स तो है ही है, उसके बाद रिसेप्शन सेंटर्स भी है। तो एक बहुत बढ़िया इकट्ठा होने का सेंटर है और बहुत सारे सीनियर सिटीजन्स वहाँ आते हैं और सीनियर सिटीजन्स का लिए एक तरह का सेकंड घर बना हुआ है। तो इसलिए उस एंगल से, लेकिन अब फैसला ऑनरेबल कोर्ट्स करेंगे क्योंकि ये मामला कोर्ट्स में जाने वाला है। तो जो कोर्ट फैसला करे।
केंद्र सरकार का दिल्ली जिमखाना क्लब से कुछ ईगो टसल है, कुछ है केंद्र सरकार के अंदर। इन्होंने कुछ लोगों की मेंबरशिप मांगी होगी या इन्होंने क्लब के ऊपर कब्जा मांगा होगा या अपने लोगों को बिठाने की कोशिश की होगी, वो नहीं हुआ होगा तो झगड़ा बढ़ गया होगा। वरना मुझे नहीं लगता था सरकार इस तरीके के कदम जनरली उठाती है। प्रधानमंत्री आवास के पीछे रेस कोर्स है, वहाँ पे करीब 2500 लोगों के मकान जो आज़ादी से पहले के बने हुए थे उनको ध्वस्त किया जा रहा है, उनको वहाँ से भगाया जा रहा है। वो गरीब लोग थे तो उनके लिए किसी को दर्द नहीं था। ये जिमखाना क्लब है, यहाँ बड़े बड़े एलीट लोग आते हैं तो इसके लिए अखबारों के अंदर, मीडिया के अंदर इतना हल्ला हो रहा है। तो इससे एक बात तो साफ है, देश के अंदर अमीरी गरीबी के कि चश्मे जो हैं वो अलग हैं, इनके लिए कानून अलग हैं, इनके लिए अखबारों के अंदर स्पेस अलग है, इनके लिए बोलने वाले लोग अलग हैं.
Now we have Ambassador Suresh K. Goyal, former Secretary of the Ministry of External Affairs and a former member of the General Committee of the Gymkhana Club with us on the broadcast. Thank you so much for taking time out to be with us, Ambassador Suresh Goyal. The court will hear the plea tomorrow, but clearly the voices of support for the Delhi Gymkhana Club seem to be building. And you've just heard what Saurabh Bharadwaj, the Aam Aadmi Party, had to say. Many other opposition leaders are saying, what is the centre's issue with the Delhi Gymkhana Club? Where did this come from?
Krishna, I've been with you so many times on various other, mostly talking on foreign policy. If you permit me, I will be slightly dilatory in this case because I'll be talking from my memories, how I have really seen the club during my lifetime. Now, see, the number one, club is elitist, but I think more than elitist. Yes, and I agree, it is exclusive club because it is where people who exercise power, who take decisions, the senior civil servants, the senior military officers, the reputed industrialists from India, all over India, they come and hobnob in a social setting and talk to each other. So there is a kind of an exclusivity, but I think more than elitism and exclusivity is that the Delhi Gymkhana represents the best of the best in India. We should not forget it. Kiran Bedi, when talking, she was talking about tennis, the sports and everything. Sports, yes, definitely. But even in terms of arts, culture, the people who are members and who you can find in the bar or at the restaurant or in the lobby talking to each other is unimaginable. The library has certain valuable collections of documents and the books from the independence era, irreplaceable. So there is a kind of an exclusiveness and there is a kind of an religion, but it is really more like the best of the best that the club represents. That is number one. Number two, it's an institution more than 100 years old. It will take how long? Less than a month to finish it off if the government does not change the stand and the court does not decide in favor of Delhi Gymkhana Club and need to vacate the club by the 5th of July. Let us say they give a stay of some time to adjust to some inconveniences, but it will take how long to finish this 113 years old institution? A month or two, you will not be able to build it again. The people you see, 600 more people working in the club, my heart goes out to them here. And some of them are the people I've been seeing working in the club ever since I was a member, 30 years. They know each member by name. It has become a family thing where you go and feel comfort. It is completely irreplaceable. Number three,
Right.
what I would say really here is it is not a question of estate.
Okay.
Not the property. May I continue also?
Okay.
Sorry.
The only thing I have to ask, before we go any further is that there is, when the Gymkhana Club management has written to the Land and Development Office, they asked for clarity. I think, is there any question of, relocation? What is your take on, if there is a relocation that is offered, is that a viable solution?
I think they are working on alternatives. Relocation, to my mind, is not the best possible option. But again, whatever we are talking about. Now, but Krishna, in this case, why relocation? Is there lack of property in the area? The 7 RCR is being vacated by the Prime Minister. There are any number of houses of ministers and the members of parliament in the area. So it's not a question of security or defense or lack of property. It is plenty in that area there. I think what is happening, and now I'm coming to the crux of the issue, it is not mismanagement. Government appointed a committee in place of the elected GC 4 years ago. Over 4 years, they have not been able to find any major problem with the financing or the account keeping of the club. And they continue despite the fact that the court has been asked again and again as to how long will they continue. And why should there not be an elected committee? But they continue because they're the control over this property, over this institution,
Right.
without finding fault.
Right.
As far as the estate is concerned, where is the question of the estate security? I think the issue is they look at the Gymkhana Club as a colonial vestige. And as a colonial vestige and the kind of value of elitism, which somehow is becoming an irritant in their eyes, without understanding that this institution is not about elitism. This institution is not about colonial representation. Everybody there now are the people who are taking decision day in, day out for India, whether in the army, military, or in the civil services, even in the PMO. If you today you count the number of officers in the PMO who are members of the club, nearly 50% of the PMO is member of the club. And they're deciding on things day in and day out. So it has become the decision makers hub and elite, and therefore it is creating that kind of a discomfort because of this.
Okay.
It is Indian decision makers club.
Ambassador Suresh Goyal, the Delhi Gymkhana Club has moved the Delhi High Court. One of the reasons, that is being cited here is that this has become a, hub for senior citizens for so many years. And many of them will be left with a void without the Delhi Gymkhana Club. The other question I have to ask is that, is there a question of some kind of a membership being denied to somebody from the center, and then the Gymkhana Club, rubbing the center the wrong way because of its so-called elitism?
Okay, two issues completely different. Let me deal with the second issue first. The second issue, denying membership to some. Eventually, every institution has a certain limitation on the number of people it can cater to as a member. There is no club which can expand indefinitely. And therefore, there are rules and regulations on how the membership is going to be conferred. The difference really here is that there are, the people who apply from the armed forces and the civil services. When they apply, there is a different list. They have 40% total or 40% each of the club membership, and the remaining 20% for the private members. There is a separate list for them. So the waiting period for government quota may be 15 years, while for the private members may be around 25 years because of the number of vacancies available. And therefore, for many, it is basically a pivot to complaint that why are we being treated differently? Why are not we being equal? But it is a club which was started by the government people, government officers, armed forces. So they have the priority. If the club wants to change the rules, by all means, change the rules. It is for the club. So the issue is not going against the rules, but working within the ambit of the rules, and the waiting list is long. There's no doubt about it. As for the people, senior citizens, have you been to IIC? Have you been to IIC at all or CSOI? I think you will find more people, more than 70, 75 in IIC and in CSOI. So why put the Gymkhana Club? When I retired at 60, I continue to be the member of the club. Today I'm 73. So are you going to say that just because I've retired, I can't come to the club? I think that is a bit strange.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. We're out of time in the conversation. But Ambassador Suresh Goyal, thank you so much, as always, for taking time out to share your thoughts and the perspectives with us. Thank you.